right now, we are going to go ahead and throw it over to an interview with DJ and Rainault and IllegallySam.
Good evening, Speedromizer community. Welcome to another one of these interviews that we have been trying to do throughout Speedromizer 9. I am joined by the participants, the runner, and the coach for the upcoming Rebel Transmute run. You want to give a quick introduction?
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Rainault, and this is my first time participating at a live event, and Speedromizer seemed like the right event to make my first one. But yeah, I will be the one running Rebel Transmute in a couple hours-ish.
And hello there, everybody. I'm IllegallySam. I have run Rebel Transmute a lot, and I'm always trying to get other people to pick it up. So Speedromizer is always a good excuse to make somebody do that.
All right, and for those not familiar, because we looked at this game during submissions, it's got kind of a big indie vibe. So for those that are not familiar with Rebel Transmute, can you give like a brief synopsis, summary of it?
Yeah, sure. I can go ahead and do that. Rebel Transmute is an indie Metroidvania that came out a little over 2 years ago now. I actually backed it on Kickstarter. That's how I found out about it, because there's a lot of indie games. There's a lot of indie Metroidvanias. It's hard to find all of the good ones. And sometimes it's impossible to even play all of them. So basically it's indie 2D Metroidvania. It's very heavily inspired by stuff like Metroid, Environmental Station Alpha, Hollow Knight. Basically, if you could think of a famous Metroidvania indie or not, it probably has some inspiration from there. But it's 2D, pixel art. Got a lot of very fun movement, and does not hold your hand either. So
that's great. So then, IllegallySam, you've been involved. You said you would you backed it on Kickstarter, picked it up. About how long have you been running the game?
I have been running the game since it came out, which was March 2024.
Just right out of the gate.
Yes.
All right. So what kind of tech would you say goes into this game?
This game is very, very heavily a movement game, but there is still a good amount of combat for boss fights and such as well. But the main movement tech is just right off the bat, you have the ability to slide, so you're able to slide and maintain momentum using that. And as you just keep getting more and more movement upgrades, your movement kit just develops further and further. And the other main bit of movement is eventually you get a bounce, where if you hit the left trigger, you'll just bounce off the ground or bounce off an enemy. And you can combo that both with intentional and unintentional stuff to just get tons of height. So eventually the movement just becomes dashing and bouncing all over the place, just with as much optimization in there as possible as you can manage.
So it's going to be a very eye-catchy game. All right. So then looking on the SRC page, I see that there's 100%, any percent, and any percent unrestricted. What are the differences between the any percent and unrestricted any percent, aside from title?
Yeah, so the main difference between the two is any percent, we ban basically anything that involves quitting out or closing the game, because that causes some very unintentional things. Because basically the way the game boots you back into a game that you exited out of is it puts you back basically wherever your last valid standing position was. Which means you can enter a boss fight, go to the side of the arena, Alt F4, boot the game back up, and now you're on the other side of the boss trigger, and you can just skip it.
Ow.
And you could do that for several bosses, and on top of that, there's also something in an older patch of the game, which basically let you just skip several minutes of gameplay, because it just lets you wrong warp straight to the final boss. I don't know why it works, but it's a thing.
It just works.
Yeah. So those two things are the main things that set unrestricted apart.
All right. And then this is a question for Rainault. You had talked about a save game backup utility in the works. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like a lot of Metroidvanias and a bunch of other games too, Rebel Transmute has a a simplified save system where once you start your game, you have just the one save slot that automatically gets saved over whenever you save your game, which can become a bit inconvenient if you want to, say, for example, grind the same sequence over and over again. To an extent, you can do something like save right before the sequence and then just Alt F4, just like force quit out of the game and then reload your save. But if you also want to keep track of multiple saves throughout the entire run, and you want, like, I decide, oh, I want to grind this boss for a little bit and just practice a bit, or I want to try a different technique in this particular segment. That's a fairly straightforward thing to do by hand if you just find out wherever your save folder is and then just make a copy of the save files and then just manually shuffle the save files back and forth. I wanted to just be able to do that really quickly. So it started just as a simple script that I wrote that just let me make named saves that just kind of copied my save folder to a different location. And then I could just restore any one of those saves, a little bit like a save state, like a crude save state, sort of. And it was definitely very useful. I know that in another game that I've speedrun before, I have a folder somewhere that has just a ton of backup saves in case I want to go back to a particular point of a particular game at a particular category. And so I've just run into the situation enough times that it felt like a useful script to write. And I do hope to make it into an actual utility that I'll share publicly at some point, because I imagine this comes up a lot for other speedrunners too.
A lot of dedication is going to go into that. And that's amazing that that's something that you're working on. So closing comments for the both of you. I'm going to start with Rainault. Closing comments.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the big thing for me is that Speedromizer has been just an absolute joy to be participating in. I say that even though I haven't actually gotten to my run yet, but I have done some help volunteering kind of behind the scenes running the event. I think Speedromizer is awesome. It's a very welcoming open event to participate in. So if anybody watching this right now, if you've thought about the idea of participating in an event like this, either as a speedrunner or as a host or as a tech behind the scenes or any number of other roles, I strongly recommend joining the Speedromizer Discord and participating in the next event. It's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it.
And IllegallySam, same question to you. Closing comments.
I think all I've got to say is Speedromizer is always a good time. And it's an even better time when you're able to give a game that you really enjoy speedrunning to somebody who picks it up and then also learns to enjoy that speedrunning that game, because everybody knows not every game is for everybody, unfortunately. So when you're able to either learn a game yourself that really clicks with you, or you're able to give a game you really click with to somebody else and it clicks for them, both of those are just a phenomenal experience. And that's just the kind of fun things that Speedromizer facilitates, which is why I keep submitting to it every year. So it's a good time. Would recommend to anybody on the fence, and just enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Appreciate those kind words from the both of you. Make sure that everybody in chat or is watching the VOD later on in the future, please check out Rebel Transmute. It's going to be a great time. Check us out on our Discord, speedromizer.live/Discord. And we will be right back with Lego Builder's Journey by Rip WSB. Take us away.
So I am being told that we are going to need a little bit to kill a little bit more time for setup here. So I'm going to go ahead and have us move to another 2-minute ad break. Got to make that money, right? So look forward for that.
We